Hi, this is my first video on engineering mathematics. So first topic is Laplace transform. So introduction. Laplace transform is an integral transform that converts a function of a real variable t, often called time, to a function of complex variable s. So otherwise often s is called complex frequency. The transform has many applications in science and engineering because it is a tool for solving differential equations. In particular, it transforms differential equation into algebraic equations and convolution into multiplication. Definition of Laplace transform. The Laplace transform of a function f of t defined for all real number t is greater than 0 is the function f of s, which is a unilateral transform defined by f of s is equal to Laplace f of t is equal to 0 to infinity interval over 0 to infinity f of t e power minus t into dt, where s is the complex variable. S is equal to sigma plus j omega with real numbers sigma and omega. So the necessity condition for existence of the integral is that must be locally integrable on 0 to infinity. In electrical engineering subject, we are using Laplace transform for different applications. In circuit theory, we are using in transient analysis, in control system time response analysis, in signal and system for finding frequency response, and solid state drives and other electrical subject we are used for solving differential equations. So some simple functions Laplace transform is given in this slide. Laplace transform of 1 is 1 by s, t power n when n is integer, then formula become n factorial divided by s power n plus 1, e power at 1 by s minus s, simply opposite sign. E power minus at means 1 by s plus a. Then sin at, so remember this n, so here not s, so that in the numerator a by s square plus a square. In cos, before a we have s, so in the numerator we have s divided by s square plus a square. The major difference between normal trigonometry and hyperbolic function is in the denominator we have minus sign. Remaining are same, simply in the denominator we have minus sign. Another one important formula, Laplace sum of t power n when n is not integer. For that we have formula gamma function of n plus 1. This is not root, gamma function of n plus 1 divided by s power n plus 1. So some simple problems. Laplace sum of 5, take 5 outside. Laplace sum of 1, Laplace sum of 1 is 1 by s, so 5 into 1 by s, 5 by s. And the second problem, Laplace sum of t squared. So here n is equal to 2. Already we know the formula, t power n means n factorial divided by s power n plus 1. Substitute n value, 2 factorial divided by s power 2 plus 1. Again 2 factorial can be written as 2 cross 3 divided by s power 3. Answer is 2 by s power 3. Then Laplace sum of 2 e power 3t, 2 into Laplace sum of e power 3t. E power 3 is just opposite sign, so 1 divided by s minus 3, so 2 by s minus 3. Then Laplace sum of e power minus t, simply opposite sign, here a value is minus 1, so 1 divided by s plus 1. Then Laplace sum of cos 6t, take minus outside. Laplace sum of cos this 6t is equal to minus of cos 60 means s divided by s square plus 6 square. Then problem 7, Laplace sum of 6 sin 3t is equal to 6, take 6 outside. Laplace sum of sin 3t, sin means in the numerator constant, so a value, so a is 3, so 3 divided by s square plus 3 square. So simply multiply this, 18 divided by s square plus 9. So 8th problem, Laplace sum of sin hat, so here a value is 1. So for that 1 divided by s squared minus 1 square, this is 1 square. Then problem number 9, Laplace sum of 4 cos h 3t, take constant outside. Laplace sum of cos h 3t s divided by s squared minus 3 square. So 10th problem, Laplace sum of t power 3 by 2. So this is n is not integer. So for that formula, gamma function of n plus 1 by s power n plus 1. So we can write gamma function of n value is 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 plus 1 divided by s power 3 by 2 plus 1. So note this is the two properties of gamma function. Gamma function of n plus 1 can be written as n gamma function of n. Gamma function of 1 by 2 is equal to root pi. So this gamma function of 3 by 2 plus 1 written as 3 by 2 gamma function of 3 by 2 divided by s power 5 by 2. So again this 3 by 2 can be written as 1 by 2 plus 1. This is again by using the property 1 by 2 gamma function of 1 by 2. Again this gamma function of 1 by 2 can be written as root pi. So simply multiply the value. So we get 3 by 4 root pi divided by s power 5 by 2. So next video we will discuss some important properties with some example. Thank you.